What drives reality? Some people say material forces drive reality. That is not true. Spiritual forces drive reality. Because the spiritual is the mental, and the mental drives the material. Why is this? We cannot observe the world independent of the mind. The mind is required to observe the world. The mind is required to experience the world. The mind is required to interact with the world. And through using your mind, you are able to imprint yourself, an image of yourself, into reality, just like God imprints himself into humanity. The spiritual moves the material. God moves us. God drives everything. Now, the more rationalist among you may find that absurd because they reject any basis of spirituality or reject the idea of mental frameworks over physical frameworks. They are fundamentally materialists, thinking that only the material is existing. But it fails to account for the mind's effect on the material. Observing deluded people can make you have a different perspective on this. If you see someone who's deluded, they live in a completely separate reality from us. They don't understand what reality is in our sense of the word because they fundamentally have a different sense of reality. If the mind is that powerful and the mind can move reality that much, that fundamentally smashes the thesis that materialism is the only valid philosophy. Materialism may explain things among rationalist men who have no concept of the spiritual or no feeling or of the sublime or no relation to the unknown. But in reality, the spiritual drives the material. Understand this, you understand reality. God moves everything. And by God, I mean the processes that create the mental images in our mind, the processes that infill the universe with its splendor. All of that is done through the spiritual. Whether that means there are ghosts, whether that means there are spirits, whether that means there are dryads, whether that means there are nymphs, whether that means there are false gods, whether that means there are demons, the implications of that are unknown. But just know that there is a spiritual realm. Thank you.